In one of my previous videos, I showed you how to improve the FOV of the HTC Vive with a DIY foam pad for under $10. In this video, I'll be comparing that to a consumer product by a company called VR Cover. Let's take a look. Welcome to Tech Runner. On this channel, we review VR and tech products. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. At any point during the video, check out the description below for links and more info. So straight to the point, do I think these are worth getting? Basically, yes. Let's find out why. If you're wondering why a thinner foam pad increases the field of view of the Vive, check out my previous video about it linked in the card on screen and in the description below. But in short, a thinner foam pad gets your eyes closer to the lens, resulting in a clearer image with a bigger sweet spot. For full disclosure, VR Covers sent me a couple of their products for free to review. They did not compensate me financially, and I'm under no obligation to give anything other than my honest opinion about their products. I received a package of two 6mm PU leather foam pads and a package of two 10mm velour grey foam pads. Each pair came in a resealable bag that works great for storage between use, a microfiber cloth, and some basic instructions. Installation is nice and straightforward. Just remove the HTC foam pad, center the VR cover replacement and press in place aligning with the edge and nose area. Make sure the replacement foam does not push too far into the nose area or it will feel uncomfortable. So what's the difference between the two? First up is the 10mm velour grey foam pad. It has a nice comfortable soft feel to it against your face while playing. It is not water resistant, so will soak up sweat as you play, but it is washable, so if one gets gross you can put it in the wash and swap it out with the second one. If you are not playing anything that active and thus are not sweating much when using the Vive, you shouldn't need to switch this out too often. You could also switch it out to the second one when demoing VR to friends, so you have a nice clean cover for them. Next is the 6mm PU leather foam pad. Despite being thinner, it felt about the same thickness when in use as the velour grey, but I could just be imagining that. Either way, you still get an increased field of view and clarity. The PU leather is sweat resistant and can be wiped down with an antibacterial wipe between use. It is not washable like the velour grey foam pad, but a wipe down is all it should need. VR Covers sell skin friendly cleaning wipes which you can use, or a damp cloth will work fine. The PU leather is quite grippy, which I found uncomfortable at first, but when I started to sweat during more active games, it made sense as it kept my Vive in place on my face. Being able to just wipe down the pad between use also makes this great for demoing your Vive to friends if you want to show something more active. VR Covers also sells one-time use paper covers to go over the top of the foam, but this is mostly meant for usage at large events. If you wear glasses while using the Vive, these covers may make things a little uncomfortable depending on how big your glasses are. I don't wear my glasses while using the Vive, so this wasn't an issue for me, but your mileage may vary. So how do the VR covers compare to the DIY version I previously made? Well, they definitely look and feel like a finished product, unlike the DIY version. Being either washable or sweat resistant means that you can keep them clean much more easily. The DIY version could perhaps survive being washed by hand, but not in a machine. The DIY version is definitely cheaper, and there is something to be said for making it yourself. As far as the impact on the FOV, all three make a noticeable improvement and perform about the same. Conclusion time. Should you replace your stock HTC foam pads, and if so, with which one? If you wear glasses with your HTC Vive and don't think you will fit them if the foam pad is any thinner, you may want to give these a pass, sadly. If you're on a budget or have glasses but want to try a thinner foam pad anyway, or you just like making things, I would definitely recommend giving the DIY approach a go. You may end up buying the VR covers later anyway, but you will feel better about the purchase and it'll help inform which of the two types you think you will need. Of the VR covers, I would recommend the PU leather version to anyone who plays more active VR games or demos their Vive to friends more frequently. Being able to quickly wipe it down between uses is much more pleasant when multiple people are using it back to back. I would recommend the velour grey version to people who don't play active games or demo their Vive as often. I found it a little more comfortable, especially during longer play sessions, and when it does get gross, I can swap it out with the other one and throw it in the wash. Overall, I'm really happy with the VR covers and they have exceeded my expectations for them. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button. What do you guys think about replacement foam? Have you tried the DIY method, or did you go for the VR covers? I'd love to hear in the comments below. If you'd like to see more VR content and tech reviews, subscribe to the channel or follow me on social media at TechRunnerVids.